So let me introduce myself. I can see that here is a lot of Kiwi people, but still I would like to talk to you. That I used to be a Python programmer. Currently I'm working as the head of platform. My role at kiwi.com and my journey was kind of about that I used to be programmer, then I was team leader of booking backend. The booking backend part is that shiny huge thing. Then you can amend your flights, amend your orders. It also processes a lot of bookings, a lot of changes, and then we kind of decided to create a platform team with our CTO and my colleagues, because as Kiwi.com grew up with incredible speed and a lot of developers join us, we would need to keep somehow the standards, right? So the team in Ljubljana would like to program same stuff as we are doing in Brno, or as we are doing here in Bratislava. So therefore we should have some standard. And the platform team, like, main goal is making the developers' life easier, so helping them to produce better software faster. And we are doing this mainly by providing some building blocks. You can imagine building blocks like a template or like a cookie cutter that you put in some few things about the projects, like what's the name, where it should be running, and you will have like all of the best practices in a place, and you can take it, you can use it. Also, what we are doing is auditing our current services. So in case the service was created like a few years ago, we would like to see that what's good there, what's not good there, and also kind of recommend the developers how should they improve the service. Thank you, Martin.
You are welcome.
I'm also a happy father, I'm a fish father, and I love whiskey. So let's go further. Yeah. Let me do a little bit like describe the kiwi.com. Currently we are selling about 10,000 bookings per day. It could have, like, each booking could have multiple flights. So you can imagine the amount of data which need to go through our services. So currently behind that shiny front end and shiny stuff that we are selling this amount of bookings, there is more than 300 microservices which are running in production, right? So in that case, it's not very easy to kind of not just maintain them, but to see everything is on track and everything is working properly. Also, we have developers in multiple locations, and we have like more than 10 offices around the globe. So we need to think about the Kiwi.com as a global product and a global company. Mainly we are using at Kiwi.com, we are using Python, which is like, I would say, 80% of the project, and then we are using JavaScript, Go, or C++ in the microservices. What we are trying to achieve is by building the microservices, that microservice should have a single responsibility, right? So it should have its own resources, it should have its own database, caches, redises, and stuff like that. And it should only provide the API to the outer world. So, in case something happened, and something might happen, the services are strongly like connected between each other. But to be sure that everything's like fine and every service is working properly, we need to put into place some objectives, some SLOs, SLAs. So, yeah. I have a good question for you. Who's on call? Yeah,
What's an SLO, please?
Huh?
What's SLO?
It's service level objectives. So how is it working? Anyway, who is on call today? Okay, nobody. Anyway, at kiwi.com we have few people on call which are trying to solve the alerts, solve the incidents which may occur. And usually how it looked like at Kiwi was that you imagine the situation that there is 2 a.m. in the morning, just like watched your last Narcos or whatever Netflix series, and you go to sleep, right? And then in half an hour some alert could came. And first thing first, what you are going to do, what you need to do is like acknowledge that you know about the alert. You are heading to the computer and trying to fix the stuff. By this one alert, as we have a lot of microservices, multiple alerts could be actually triggered because everything depends on everything. So there is very nice domino effect. Yeah. So that person will come to the computer, and as we had process in kiwi.com that everyone should roll about the outage in the announcement channel. So everyone put the message like from first glance what they could see, right? And okay, flags are getting overloaded again, increases response time and failing search request. We are on it. But the announcement channel is reading like few thousand of people around the globe, like all our employees, and the outage definitely affects their work. But what they know from this message? Yeah, you are a stressed developer. You are in under pressure, and you need to put something there. You need to start solving the issue, and you can see this message. Yeah, so usually everyone's asking questions like this. By the way, this is Oliver, this is our CEO, and he's our best guy from asking questions like what's going on, what's the impact. Can someone share what's going on in this place? So you are trying to solve the incident, right? And then you see the CEO is asking you about something, and more people is asking you about something. So what should you do, right? Like, should I answer the question, or should I solve the incident? I don't know. Like, what's the incident management then? So what should I do? What's the process behind that? Like the incident management is the process which goal is to handle the situation in a way that limits damage and reduces the resolution times and cost. Well, that's real nice, but okay, what does it mean? Let's see how we did it before, and let's see what we did actually wrong and how can we improve ourselves. We had an standard from outage message. It was at the beginning. After that, we kind of tried to put in place some standard or some template for the message in Slack, but it wasn't adopted very well, and people tend to forget about that. Then, if you can see the message in an announcement or in any other Slack channel, how do we know it's solved, right? I will come after half an hour into Slack, and I will see that there is an outage. And is it still running, or is it solving, and like what's going on there? Yeah, what's the etap? Like what's the next time that we will get update? Because for example, our team could wait for the update from the outage, so we need to know when we will be running again, hopefully. Where's the communication about the outage? Usually it happens that, for example, people start to call each other because there is massive outage, and we need to solve that things quickly. So we are set up a call, and people are calling to each other, but they forget to actually communicate what's going on to the other world. Who is responsible? It's obvious. You need to know, and also we used to hadn't like. We don't have very connected the announcement with the outage report. So we have some announcement in the Slack channel, but it wasn't really connected to some outage report, which could be as a result from the outage. Also, some analytics data were basically missing. For example, we need to know how many minutes was the outage with this system per month and stuff like that. So. Why do we need the incident management? Definitely, for our company, it's better visibility. You need to clearly communicate what is going on, what systems are being affected, when it's going to be fixed. At least, as we don't know when it's going to be fixed, because it might be about the external providers. Like what's the at least ATAs, or we are calling to the provider, and I will update you in 10 minutes after the call, right? So where are the details? Because we don't need to communicate all the technical details to the entire company because it might seem messy. Also, we need incident management for improving our services all the time. As an output of that could be outage report, and we will learn from that, and we will not repeat that mistake again. Also, connecting the data to have everything in one place and somehow connect it, so we can easily click and find the details about what's going on at that time. As the result is solved, we need to know how long was the outage. That's something very natural, and everyone needs to know also which systems were impacted, and the communication needs to be split between what we are going to tell to the entire company and what we are going to do to engineering. About for example, about some enhancements in code, about some enhancements in deployment. It's also good to communicate to engineering, but internal company, for example, customer support or I don't know, legal, they don't care basically about how we do releases. So they would like to see we are still running and we are fine. Also, if there is long technical discussion, then they may appear some good comments, which needs to be pointed out, which needs to be a little bit highlighted in entire communication. And you need to also know what will be the outage, what will be the output from the outage. What's going to happen if you are going to have outage report, if we will going to have some discussion, if you need meeting, if we need consultation, stuff like that. So we tried to do some short research on the market. We are looking for solution. We are looking for solutions which are as easy as possible. It means, for example, we have this Slack process, and we do not want people which are actually triggered by an alert, and we need to solve that to fill up the 100 forms and logging into different tools and trying to find something there. It's not good. We had Slack and we wanted to stick by that. And we are looking for on-premise solution. We are not very happy about giving our data to some other companies and other companies' solution. And it would be great that solution would be open source, that actually we can see what the program is doing. So then Phoenix comes. Phoenix is our open source system for incident management releases. It's very easy to use, very easy to install. You can install it into your Slack. You can use it as you want. It's very easy to tweak for us. For example, if you need to amend the process, we need to add some special checkbox there. So for us, it's very easy, and for everyone else to tweak it. And Slack stays as a primary interface, so we don't need to push people to use some different tool for this. Few technical details what is under the hood. It's Django web application. It's based on Django. Mainly we have the Django REST framework for handling API connection to other services, Slack and so on. We have the Celery for easy task distribution. There is a database, there is simple Postgres and some cache Redis. We have also integrated a lot of APIs there. There is Slack API, there is Datadog for some gathering some metrics, also GitLab API and Google. There is also part it's called Scheduler, which has for example, which is pinging you about some stuff during the outage, and I will go to this point later on. Okay, so demo time. I was kind of scared about the internet connectivity here, so I did a lot of screenshots. So first thing first, when you came to the Slack and something has happened, you will type announce. You can type what happened or not, but it will take you to second step. Yes, which is a form, and as you can see, that you need to fill just as few information as needed. Like what happened. Here could be the text from the last slide, as you can put it as a parameter. Our main point of if we are working or not is that if our sales are affected in some way, if the people are able to book the flight on our webpage. So we put simple boolean here like yes or no, then some details to the sales. Also, we can fill up which is the primary affected systems. As I spoke about it before, we have multiple like services which are dependent to each other, and we need to know like which one caused the outage, even if more services is done. And data. So it's written in minutes, and it will automatically like ping the author after this minute that well you should put some update about your announcement, what's going on, and what you should do. This will create this kind of message. This kind of message will be put publicly to the announcement so everyone in the company can see it. It has one standard. There is written what's going on. There is written when there is going to be next update. Also, who is communication assignee, who is responsible for communicating this alert, and who is solution assignee, who is actually working on fixing this stuff. Also, it's very handy that you can change, of course, assignee, solution communication as well. It's very handy if you are solving the issue and multiple people are doing that, they're on call. So, for example, we will choose one, and then one is the one responsible for updating the announcement. Other people can actually solve the alert. Phoenix is also notifying you, so you know that you've been selected to be a communication assignee. It also pings you about the ETA, so if you haven't posted the update in n minutes as you fill in before, it will automatically write you a message. I have difficulties with the clicker. As you know something new, which is worth it to do to amend the announcement, you can still do update. So it's similar form like we had before, and we are still filling the information. It still stays with the same form. Very cool feature about this that you can create or kind of attach the Slack channel. This is Slack channel mainly for like technical discussion about the outage, like what we are doing into deep. There could be also Slack call or whatever you will choose, and people can easily like access or find this channel just from clicking from the main announcement. They don't need to search it if it's in DevOps, it's in SRE channel, it's in search channel, it searches down. No, this is one channel and it will go in our description. Also very good. Also very good thing is that you can add reaction point up, and it will automatically pass it into the thread, and like everyone can see the most important stuff from the newly created channel. Okay, and if you finally found the coast, so you can resolve the alert. You can put some summary what you know about that. You will write what was affected, and also you can amend the time when that was reported. Also, great thing is that we have like suggested outcome, so people will know if they see the announcement message. People will know what would be the next after that. So as anyone can come into the announcement channel, it sees it's green, it's solved. It took us 4 minutes and it's solved. Yeah. An incident. Announcing, yeah. Great. As we are using this tool like for a few months, so we already experienced some fuck up as we are installed it on our Slack. So everyone was keen about trying that. So for example, people from Asia trying to do announcement, and it was pinging like few thousand of people. So it wasn't very good though. Anyway, we implemented the authorization. It's based on Google Out. So people usually then come to the company, they assign it into some group in Google, and by that they have they haven't the permission to create an announcement by this group. Also, it's very good to measure like uptime of this incident management tool, because usually first thing first what comes that you will put it into the same infrastructure as you have your production, but if the infrastructure is down, you are not able even to use your incident management tool, which is not very fine. Anyway, we set up a Slack for testing this, so feel free to try it. It's running here, feel free to play around that. And we have this open sourced. Yes, we have this open source on our GitHub. So you can start it, you can fork it, you can pick it, amend it. It would be great if you share the feedback on that. If you will use, that would be awesome. The takeover from this is like try to make the incident management as easy as possible, because people which are solving that are usually under the stress, and they don't wanna like fill up the form with 100 inputs and stuff like that. Definitely always test it and measure and learn from your outages. Try to implement the enhancement and repeat that again and again. Thank you so much. Any questions?